It's called Forever Dance. I am happy even before I have a reason. I am full of light even before the sky can greet the sun or the moon. Dear companions, we have been in love with God for so very, very long. What can our feast now do but forever dance?
Actually, Janice suggested this song, and I think it fits perfectly to make us feel better. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright, blessed day, the dark, sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They really say, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They learn much more than I ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yeah, I think to myself, what a wonderful world, such a wonderful world.
I'm really happy to be here with you again. I've spoken at your church 3 times, but that's a couple of years ago. So it's great to be back. And thank you for asking me to speak again. I struggled actually to figure out what to talk about today. I asked a few friends what they would like to hear, and most of them said something like, meditate and find guidance. Well, that's good advice. But I kind of wanted to know what people wanted to hear. So I asked my friend Betty Panic, I asked her the question, what would you like to hear? She answered, she said, I like to hear what is good about now. That was it. There was instant resonance when she said that. But then Betty's a soul sister, so how could I refuse anyway? But it really did resonate with me. So the name of this talk is The Joy of Now. Yes, the joy in what we're going through now. And if we appreciate the good about it and recognize it and use it, that could definitely lead to joy, a lot of joy. So first, let's talk about joy. What is joy? Well, first of all, it's fun, right? It's pleasure, it's happiness. The ancient yogis had about 15 names for joy. The highest form of joy they called bliss, a kind of deep feeling when one opens to the divine within and discovers that bliss, that peace. Bliss to the yogi was a feeling that endures, is always there, because it's what we are. In fully awakened people, this bliss is felt continuously, regardless of what is happening on the outside. To them, bliss is the result of the opening of consciousness to what is eternal and beyond time and space. Bliss, then, is a higher state of joy. There were and are many awakened people who have a constant inner joy that we can notice. They endure the things of life with kind of an ease, a confidence. They smile easily. They seem to be at peace. They seem weird. Sometimes we wonder about them. But that's the nature of awakened consciousness. This constant peace. That kind of character where nothing phases them. They are in joy. The song that Irene was to sing, beautiful song called Nearer Than the Air, speaks about this. I'll quote, "I breathe in and I am filled with the Spirit, and it is help to my body. It is peace to my mind. It is joy, it is joy, it is joy, joy to my soul." I know a little bit about this joy and this bliss. When I was 9 years old, I had a profound awakening experience where I found myself one with everything, all creation. I came back from that experience with an insight that all creation was created for fun. I was 9 years old, very into fun. But it was all created for fun. For a while, I was in bliss. Then later, I looked out on the world, and so much didn't quite seem like joy or fun. In fact, my mind came to proclaim the world as a total mess. Nothing at all like what I had experienced. So I left that bliss. The judging mind took that little girl by the hand, unawares, and led her away, far away. But I've come around a bit. Sometimes I sit here and I can see we are in a stage play right now, a remarkable drama, a mystery novel, a real page turner. I mean, what's going to happen next? When I don't take it personally, it can become fun to watch. Sometimes it's even a comedy. As we will see, fun is a type of joy. In the past 2 years, by coincidence, if there is any, the word joy has presented itself to me numerous times. I'm in the process of writing a spiritual memoir, and for my book proposal, I needed to come up with a name for the book. But my mind was in a complete blank. So I meditated again. I meditated. And then one time, these words appeared, awaken to joy. The editors changed the name, but I still use that on my website. Then later, I was told I needed to write a short theme of my book. My mind was again totally stumped. I meditated for days about that one. Then one day in meditation, I watched myself as I suddenly got up from the chair, went to my desk, and automatically typed these words. Your life is truly a hero's journey out of a bliss beyond even oneness and into the here, where you travel a destined road meant to become embodied joy. It is a courageous endeavor worth the greatest accolade heaven can bestow. There's that word joy again, that J word. Not only that, but that sounds like becoming embodied joy is the whole reason we're here. You know, I used to look back on that 9-year-old girl, how she was, how she accepted everything for a while, and found her unconscious, unrealistic, really unsophisticated. But after many years of spiritual seeking, many books, she had lots of advanced adult mystics who completely agreed with her and was just like that. Lots of them. Rumi, the great mystical poet, knew all about joy and fun and where it can take you. In one of his poems, he writes, there are many paths to God. Mine is a happy one. I sing, I dance. And listen to another blissed out mystic, in this case, Walt Whitman, who wrote during the Civil War when he was in the hospital tending dying patients. He wrote, to me, every hour of the day and night is an unspeakably perfect miracle. At the time and even now, an unawakened mind might say, geez, how unrealistic does it get? But to the mystics, they are conscious of what is real and what is enduring beyond the appearances. And again, Walt Whitman advising how to awaken, this is what he says, keep your face toward the sunshine and shadows will fall behind you. Do anything, but let it produce joy. So why is fun and joy a path to God, to awakening, to that inner presence? Suzanne Giesemann, the well-known medium, author, and spiritual teacher, often says, God is joy, and joy, slowed down to manifest itself in form, is love. Very interesting. As it turns out, science agrees. Dr. David Hawkins, the author of Power versus Force, he described his research into the vibration of various emotional states in people. He listed them in his book in order from the highest to the lowest vibrating emotions. In his findings, bliss and joy are higher in vibration than love, which is just below them. Susan Giesemann is perhaps on to say it another way. God's source is joy bliss, and the act of manifestation creates the vibration of love. So to get to that state of inner joy, or even fun, brings us closer in vibration to the essence of the divine within, which in all these songs is talked about as bliss or joy. So what I'm going to be suggesting here is that we start with fun. Rumi's happy weight. Why not? We were born with bliss, laughter, and delight as children. We were in a constant, as mothers and parents know, we're in constant search for fun. This is our nature. This is how we were made. This is who we are. Which brings us to the joy of now. One thing that brings joy is gratitude, celebration, and the recognition of the good right now in front of us. So let's answer my friend Betty's question. What is good about now? I've been talking to a number of people about this, and here are some of the things that have come up. Now is a chance to be in unity with everybody in the world like no other time. More than half of the people in the world are in the same situation of lockdown and so forth that we are. This develops a connection, an understanding, a compassion. It's showing us what we all have in common as human beings, beyond race, beyond culture, beyond religion, beyond belief, beyond politics, beyond everything. That's bringing a sense, I believe, of unity. And how great is that? More connection to family. I've heard a lot of people say that they're in more connection with their grandchildren and their children than they ever have been. They're connecting on Skype, they're connecting on FaceTime, they're on the phone, they're keeping up with each other. It's, I think, that shared experience again. Then those parents who are having children at home and they're at home, they're finding time together, they're getting to know each other even more. The parents, by necessity, are getting more creative in managing the children's activities. We're getting to know each other better, finding ways in families to exist in harmony while being confined. Our priorities are changing. I know mine are. What is most important is being realized. Materialism can't operate much right now, and that's a blessing. We're finding we really don't need all that stuff. Many are attending to their health more, becoming more conscious of what they eat, making their own food. What a concept. We are finding more ways to entertain ourselves. In this time, creativity is almost becoming a necessity. So we're open up to the creative within us, discovering new talents, discovering that we can fix this or that ourselves. And since we don't know what to expect next, we're being pushed by this circumstance to live in the moment. And what a blessing that is. And the world is quieter now for most of us. What a great opportunity to go within, meditate, reflect, find ourselves. All these things lead to the best good of all, the best one. It seems to me that there's never been a better time to awaken to what we are than the time we are in right now. And with that, we can open to mystical inner bliss that I about. It's so perfect now. Necessity is urging us to go within for answers, for guidance. In a time where we don't know what will happen, we look to what we do know. What is that remains constant? What can we count on? Our spiritual teachings answer this very thoroughly. So we're going back to our spiritual teachings. The most enduring thing is our own self, of course, that higher place. Many people are having mystical experiences. I've talked to some of them. It seems like the very stress of fear and inconvenience is urging people to find a place of peace. And when we find that, everything we'd ever want will follow. It really is an exciting time for transformation. In her talk with you guys a few weeks ago, Reverend Sandy quoted author Molly Brown, who wrote, quote, "What a gift to be human now. We were made for this time." So this is an excellent time to wake up. This time is like a radical pause in everything. And in any pause, quantum physics will tell you this, something new can and does get created and manifested. We can do this. with the power that we have. We can create a new world with the main gift and power we have, and that's our imaginations. We can use our powerful nations to co-create what we have always longed for: a world of love, peace, joy, wholeness, beauty, and fun. If we could only grasp the power of our imaginations, we would be more careful with them. Anita Moorjani, author of the mega bestseller Dying to Be Me, about her near-death experience, came away with some profound insights. She describes in her book watching the world and people from that high place, and noticed that our imaginations are far more powerful and real than the physical manifestations that result from them. Wow. It then behooves us, doesn't it, to watch what we imagine. Are we imagining the worst case scenarios? Or are we imagining the best possible outcome? That's our choice, our privilege of choice. Let's together imagine a new world, imagine inner joy, feel the new body, feel the laughter. There's never been a better time to do this. We have the power to alleviate fear around the world. Just a few of us with a high vibration power of joy and imagination. You know, we can't experience fear when we're feeling joy, fun, or peace. Someone, I wish I remember who said it, he or she said, the world is made by the fervent desire and imagining of the few and the unconscious acquiescence of the many. We look out and see this is absolutely true. We catch the contagion of fear far more quickly and pervasively than the relatively meager contagion of the flu virus. But we have so much power within us to make that otherwise. Let's all co-create and focus on what our hearts want, not what we don't want. Then things can appear by grace. Speaking of grace, the other day I was looking at Facebook and I found a picture, like you often see, with a saying on it, but there was no author. So I wrote in the comments, who was the author of the statement? I'd like to use it next Sunday. Turns out the one guy who posted it, he wrote the saying. And he told me, I'd love for you to use it. I'm thrilled. It is yours now. It's my gift to you. On the picture were the following words, quote, a new world does not appear to us. It appears through us. Isn't that great? Remind yourself often, the world we look on now, this life, this body, this mind and name, will at some point be released. It's a temporary story. A new life, a new name, a new body, new story will be the tools through which new experiences and consciousness will emerge. A new adventure story for you, the eternal experiencer, to watch. But what about now? Wouldn't it be great to live in joy and wonder regardless of what's going on? Wouldn't that be just plain fun? How about living a romantic and inspiring adventure every moment? How about a brand new life every minute? Guess what? This is our state of being when we live in the moment. No past, no future, only now. This happens to be another path to joy and bliss. Since we are joy, it's not surprising. It's kind of easy, if you think about it, to get there. To open to bliss, I am suggesting that we start with fun, a form of joy. What makes you smile? What is fun and fulfilling to you? What brings you joy? What was it that you couldn't wait to do when you were a child? Just change your state. Imagine doing it. Feel yourself doing it. Rumi obviously loved to sing and dance. I like to sing primarily in the shower, but I do like to sing. One of my favorite songs is called How Can I Keep From Singing? It was recorded by the Irish singer Anya. You might have heard it. The original writer, though, is unknown, but the poem was put to music by New York minister Robert Lowry in the early 1860s, in the very midst of the Civil War. But whoever wrote the words obviously experienced their inner joy that endures. Listen to some of the lyrics. My life goes on in endless song, above earth's lamentations. I hear that real, though far off hymn, that hails a new creation. Through all the tumult and strife, I hear its music ringing. It sounds an echo in my soul. How can I keep from singing? No storm can shake my inmost calm, while to that rock I'm clinging. Since love is Lord of heaven and earth, how can I keep from singing? That joy within makes fresh my heart, a fountain ever springing. All things are mine since I am this. So how can I keep from singing? Throughout history, there are stories of people who have heard that song, heard despite turmoil, far greater than the one we are experiencing. I've personally met two people who woke up to this song while in prison. And I've heard from them stories of many more guys in prison who woke up. I watched two relatives in excruciating pain who woke up to that song. The presence of inner joy was outwardly obvious in the final months or weeks before they died. 2 years ago, I spoke to you all about spiritual healing. I described several people who were critically ill. One had terminal cancer, the other had a very disabling, serious autoimmune disease. Both of them decided to go to their bucket list and experience something before they died. They embraced fun and joy, and in the midst of that, they forgot about their sickness stories. Within weeks, the so-called incurable illnesses went into complete remission. Joy, the highest human vibration of all, can and does lift us beyond anything that is not a vibrational match with joy. So joy and fun are powerful, powerful healers. Let's find that place where we cannot keep from singing. It can be fun to find. Imagine doing something that makes you smile, something unique to you. Then meditate, go into silence, and imagine yourself new, the world new. Imagine yourself doing it. Then quiet even that and listen for that inner song, that bliss that is always there. Why always there? Because it is what you are. The beautiful song Irene was to sing also speaks of this. Listen. And I breathe out a simple prayer of thank you. And my breath becomes a song that was singing all along, that is singing everywhere and is nearer than the air. Let's awaken to joy. Find the joy of now. Embrace the good of now. Find the good of now. Use the opportunities of now. Together, use our powerful imaginations to create a new world, We can do it. And I would suggest to start with fun. Then that can lead to joy. Then that can lead to the song of bliss that's already there. And as we go inward to imagine fun, joy, wholeness, and peace, we create it for ourselves. And not only that, we change ourselves and the world with a high vibration of joy. So let's do this now together. Close your eyes as we go into meditation. Relax your body. And I wait as you take a few very deep, restful breaths. Imagine a wave of peace flowing down through your body from above. Release your story, all the concerns of now. Let them flow away downward. Release the story of you. Let your life as you know it, all your concerns, flow away just for a few minutes. You'll come back to it later, but for right now, let's release it. See yourself floating upward away from this world. Let it all flow away. Imagine something that makes you smile. That's fun for you. Are you singing, dancing, listening to music? Are you in a beautiful meadow? Are you making something? Cradling a baby? Flying a plane? Skiing a beautiful slope? Swimming in pure water? What are you doing? Feel it. Feel your body there. Look around at the scenery. Watch the happy, loving people all around. Feel their love. How does it feel? How does it feel? Look up at the clean, beautiful sky. Are there clouds? Is it clear? Welcome to the new world. Welcome it with your feelings of it. Be there, be in it. See it beautiful, peaceful. Feel your happiness. Feel your joy right now. Are you smiling? If not, smile. Let's stay here for a while. If the old world appears again, your old story, your concerns, then let them pass like peaceful wind that comes and goes. No problem. Then focus on your new world. Are you smiling? Let's go with them for a few minutes and smile. Listen, guys, let's together use our imaginations to create the world we want. And in our daily lives, let's find the fun, the gratitude, the appreciation that lifts ourselves and brings us closer to that divine inner bliss that is there always there awaiting our notice. And just as an aside, let me say that I'm completely, totally aware that many of the statements I've made are among the top spiritual cliches of the millennium. You've heard some of these things over and over like I have, read many books. Some of this is not new at all, but let me ask this. Here's a question for you. Do these make you smile? And if so, how often, and under what circumstances. Just some food for thought. Finding joy during the day can lead us to that permanent sweet song beneath whatever other things are happening in our minds or around us. We really can open to that constant bliss the mystics know. Wouldn't it be great to be one of the blissed out mystics of the world? Like the sunshine, it is grace, the kind of state where we can't keep from singing. A natural, deep inner joy that's just there, nearer than the air. This bliss can totally become, and perhaps will become, the joy of every now. Thank you for listening, and remember to have fun. And thank you, thank you, thank you for being you. Namaste, my friends.
Hello, everybody.
Namaste.
This is Irene. Thank you, Janice, for your inspiring words. And I would like to actually sing the song that you quoted during your talk, which is Nearer Than the Air. I hope everybody can hear me just fine. And I'm gonna start doing this song. It's like the air around me. It's like the sunlight on my face. I feel the love of God surround me. I am touched by amazing grace. And all I ever wanted, and all I ever needed was already there. Closer than the sunlight, nearer than the air. I breathe in, and I am filled with the Spirit. There is health to my body, there is peace to my mind, there is joy, there is joy to my soul. And I breathe out a simple prayer of thank you. And my breath becomes a song that we're singing all along, that is singing everywhere. It is nearer than the air. And I breathe in, and I'm filled with the Spirit. There is health to my body, there is peace to my mind, there is joy, there is joy, there is joy to my soul. And I breathe out simple prayer of thank you. And my breath becomes a song that we're singing all along, that is singing everywhere. and my breath becomes a song that we're singing all along, that is singing everywhere. It is nearer than the air. It's nearer than the air.
It's from Teresa Villa. We're going to a different Christian now. And this is, again, very short, but just something to leave you with. Let nothing disturb you. Let nothing upset you. Everything changes. God alone is unchanging. With patience, all things are possible. Whoever has God lacks nothing. God alone is enough.